I've just been really, really impressed. And like I said in the nomination, she doesn't like attention. She'd rather have that go to the promotion part. But at some point, when you see somebody who does such great work, you've got to put that forward as an example to others, as what we need to see more of.
Since 2007, Julie Ball and Ron Savage have been serving our community in a unique, fun, and even delightfully scary way. They operate the Circus of Screams, an annual haunted house experience, the proceeds of which go to help fund high school sports teams. Let's learn more about this one-of-a-kind event and the volunteers behind it.
Ms. Ball and Mr. Savage were nominated by Mr. Julian Cordell for their work with the Circus of Screams by giving back to the community while doing something they love. Each year, the haunted house is updated and changed, and they begin planning with volunteers in January. They work tirelessly throughout the summer to rebuild the haunted house by repairing, painting, and redesigning all of the rooms for maximum scariness. And I was there. I think it was maximum scariness. Ms. Ball and Mr. Savage dedicate themselves to this process with a handful of helpers, and they recruit and organize dozens of local young men and women to serve as actors, most of which are local high school athletes. This year, all operations of the haunted house were modified to be in full compliance with COVID-19 guidelines. Historically, Ms. Ball and Mr. Savage eschew attention and the spotlight unless the attention is helpful to marketing the haunted house. And even then, they insist that other volunteers are the ones in front of the television and newspaper reporters for promotion. Accordingly, their efforts are often overlooked and they rarely receive any recognition. Since its inception, Circus of Screams has made three major contributions to our community each year. First, they have provided and continue to provide family-friendly entertainment for tens of thousands of Jackson County residents by treating customers to an exciting and scary adventure created by their own community members. Most visitors are repeat customers every year, and they come back to see what is new and leave laughing and frightened, ready for the next year. Second, the 20 or so young actors that volunteer in the haunted house every night are able to experience job-like working conditions where they are trained, held to strict customer service standards, and learn valuable soft skills such as punctuality and accountability. In exchange, the work at the haunted house serves as a powerful fundraiser for these young athletes to earn money for their local high school sports teams. These young people work 8 nights per year and raise money from their community for things such as travel expenses and team uniforms. To date, Circus of Screams has given over $250,000 to local high school athletes and local charities. That's amazing. Finally, customers of the haunted house receive a discount on their admission by bringing canned goods, which Ms. Ball and Mr. Savage donate to local food banks. Over the last 13 years, Circus of Screams has donated over 40,000 pounds of non-perishable food for food banks in Southern Oregon. Again, great. This year was an exceptionally challenging year to host a haunted house. However, Ms. Ball, Mr. Savage, and the team of volunteers and actors really shined by working overtime to ensure that Circus of Screams would be safe and fully compliant with all COVID-19 restrictions. They even added a drive-in movie experience for customers, which helped keep households and families socially distanced as they awaited their turn. In addition, masks were required for all guests and actors, and sanitation protocols, including sanitizing touch surfaces after every guest. And many customers were exceptionally appreciative that they could safely attend the haunted house in the midst of the pandemic. The Board of Commissioners wishes to recognize Ms. Julie Ball and Mr. Ron Savage for their contribution to Jackson County and believe their efforts distinguish them as citizens worthy of this February 2021 Community Service Award. Congratulations.
Yay.
And I just want to say, I was invited out there by Julian. I'd been out there before just as a regular patron, but I got to see the behind the scenes, and it really was amazing. These kids, the way they come together to make this happen, they're really into it. It's scary too. I will say, I was a little concerned it may be watered down with the COVID, but I'll tell you, it was scary. It was fun. And it was really great to see the kids all working together. And the fact that you're raising money for youth sports, I think, especially this year, where a lot of these young athletes feel like they've been kind of left out and forgotten, for somebody to step up and continue to support them, I think is great. So thank you. And I'm gonna stop talking there.
Gosh, I haven't been there myself, so I would appreciate an invitation this year. That would be great. I'll plan on being there.
Thank you for the years and years of dedication and service in what you do, and for maneuvering through the challenging 2020 year and keeping some sense of normalcy in life. And we sure appreciate it. And it's a pleasure to honor what you do for our community. Thank you.
Well, yeah, it's been a joy. I've worked with Julie for the last probably 4 or 5 years, maybe, on helping out with Circus of Screams, and I've just been really, really impressed. And like I said in the nomination, she doesn't like attention. She'd rather have that go to the promotion part. But at some point, when you see somebody who does such great work, you've got to put that forward as an example to others, as what we need to see more of. It's an incredibly extensive process. I think we're already 1 or 2 meetings in for Circus of Screams planning for 2021. It takes that long to do all this stuff. Yeah. And she and Ron and the handful of volunteers really continue to do it tirelessly over and over again with no reward for themselves, and just continue to give back and give back. And, Julie's got a little bit of a gruff personality, but the reality is she's been doing this long enough to know what works. And when you have thousands of people showing up, she's got a really good system for getting all that done, and taking those donations and getting them paid out to those programs. And she's a dear friend of mine, but this is based purely on just how fantastic her work has been for the community. We see these, I'm personally involved in one of the benefactors of those donations, and they get, when a lot of other school districts are struggling to have funding for some of the critical needs for athletics, which we know are hugely important for kids. They're getting new backpacks and new uniforms, and they're not having to worry about it because they're investing 8 really, really hard working nights getting this done. And that's just a small slice of the kids that benefit. She does great work, and I'm really proud not only to call her a friend, but to be, to share Eagle Point with her. And I should say the mayor, Ruth Jenks, she participated in this nomination too. She got to come out and get a behind the scenes tour, and I would happily offer that to anyone that wants. Contact me, and I'll get you behind the scenes. But it's a great experience, and I'm glad that we got Rick out there to scare him a little bit.
I appreciate it.
Well, we really appreciate it, and it goes a long way for our volunteers, who are just that, volunteers that put in a lot of hours. So thank you.
Thank you. And congratulations again. One more round of applause.